Hi Gemini, and welcome to your weekly forecast for the Monday, the 10th of April 2017. For these weeklies, I'm just going to pull 3 cards. 2 from my Mythic Tarot and 1 from my Betty Boop fun deck. Hopefully these 3 messages will come together and inspire you, your inspiration, your intuitiveness to what it is may need focus this week. I hope that the 3 cards pulled to one situation that clarifies in your mind, yeah, we're talking about this week. We have 2 cards from the Mythic and 1 card from the Betty Boop. Gemini, 10th of April 2017. Okay, so we have the Emperor, we have the Sun. Now, you've just seen me shuffle them cards. I did Cancer's reading, Libra's reading on the last read, and that card came out in exactly the same position. They had been reshuffled, and as you've seen, I've picked from the middle of the deck, so, and the 8 of Cups. So the Emperor. The Emperor, it talks of fire energy. It actually represents the sun sign of Aries. Now we're in the Aries energy at the minute. The Emperor is the ruler, is completed the king stage of the swords, his thoughts, his communications, the cups, his emotions, and his loving relationships. The Pentacles is home life, is career, is materialistic gains, is security, is stability. And finally, the Wands, his own energy of passions and desires, knowing when to follow them, when to push them, and when he's got to contain them. He's a born leader. He's very much the guy as a knight who was given a sword and said, go off and conquer your empire. And he did. He talks about being very stable, very secure in who he is, confident, fair, wise. He knows the world's his oyster. He knows how to delegate. He may be a business owner, or he may just be a very creative and passionate person. This could be your energy. You could be coming into this week feeling very good about yourself, intuition on par. You know, even though he's depicted as a male, he's learned how to connect to his intuition. He's learned how to listen to his soul, and he's learned how to listen to his heart. So maybe we're ruling our environment in a very well balanced, fair and just manner this week. Next to that, we have the Sun card, which the Sun talks of happiness. It can talk of a sun. So there may be an Aries round you. You may be the son of an Aries. You may have a son of an Aries or a child. There may be a birth and it's a son. We may be looking at finding out the sex of a baby in a scan this week, and we get a son. But this card talks about great happiness, great contentment. The universe is sending blessings. So if we are in this energy of Aries, Gemini, and we're feeling our passions and in control and wanting to forge forward on whatever ventures have got to come, know that the sun has got your back and is bringing all the best opportunities it can towards you at this time. And that is followed by the Eight of Cups. Now, the Eight of Cups is an emotional card, but it's a card that signifies we've worked hard and we've got to 8 cups. We've chose 8 cups that we thought were going to fulfill us. We're going to give us that, finally, I found what I'm looking for. And when this card comes up, we realise we haven't. Even though we have tried these cups and we gave them time, we put energy into them, they still haven't given us the completion that we're looking for. So this card talks about walking away from something, not everything, but maybe we've got to walk away from something we've been putting energy into and we're getting no rewards back from, we're not getting the fulfillment or contentment from it that we expected. And actually that's a good word, expected. We always seem to expect to get something back. If we don't expect them, we don't get disappointed. It may not mean physically walking away from somebody or something. It may not mean that somebody's walking away from us. It could be just our mindset and realising we now have to look at something totally different because the way we used to look at it wasn't working. Maybe we've had a realisation that in all the time we've been manifesting and thinking about what we would like, we've not really been focusing on what we would like, or maybe we've focused more on what our ego would like, not our soul. So when it's come through, it's turned out it's not what we've wanted. Or we're focusing on what we don't want in our life, which brings more of what we don't want. So advice this week, know that the universe has got your back. Know that everything, what is happening, and I think this probably is more of a mindset than a major, say, parting of relationships, anything like that. Because with the sun at the side of it, it isn't going to be as emotional as this card would depict being surrounded by other cards. Keeping in mind that whatever sadnesses we go through, whatever we have to walk away from, whatever change of mind we have about something is for the better. Being happy in all the decisions we make and content in walking away from a certain thing or a mindset is actually the best thing that you can do for yourselves. And the Emperor, he says, if something isn't right, we walk away. He doesn't waste time trying to push on and create something or find something in something that isn't right. He's quite happy to lay it down to rest and say, okay, that's not for me. Let's move on somewhere else. So in general, I think they're very good cards, Gemini. And the bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Pentacles. So looking at this, I think we're walking away from a mindset or a situation where we've put in a lot more than we've got out. There wasn't equal receptivity. There wasn't that equal giving and taking within something. It could be business-wise. With the Emperor here, it could be more about your finances and career than a love situation. I want to say these two cards together, and this is an underliner, that maybe this week we realise, hold on a minute, I'm investing in this situation, and I'm just flogging a dead horse. What I do need is someone who's willing to work with me just as hard to make this happiness, to get to this place of things working correctly and being what we've asked for in these cups. And if it's that, the realisation of having to walk away from something and knowing something isn't right is a lot easier to do. It makes sense to you. You've actually had the epiphany and realised in your own mind that a situation isn't right, and we should be having a situation more like the Six of Cups, where it's equal give and take. That you can walk away from this emotional blockage or situation or person or train of thought a lot easier. You're ready for this because you know you actually deserve this, the equal giving and taking in situations. Two people working together, but both being as invested as the other. It's something on the practical level. So again, it could be a home, family situation, or it could be a work situation. And I do feel probably more work than anything else. Everything is surrounded by the brilliant energy of the sun. So these harder situations that we are facing will be a lot easier to come to terms with and a lot easier to walk away from. Any decision making we've got to do will be easier. We'll have a lot of clarity. The sun gives us the clarity, the moon gives us the confusion. So if we've got the sun card here, it is all about you. It's your place in this world. So this decision probably does pull very much to where you are going in a work situation, or where, is somebody letting you go from a work situation? Maybe the joint efforts in a work project or a creative project can no longer maintain, and you've got to walk away from that. If that's the case, be rest assured that the sun is here making this transition a lot easier, and you're in the energy of the Emperor, or there's another person out there, a mature energy, male or female. Even though it's the Emperor, I could take this as the Empress as well. So there's a mature energy out there, maybe a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, but it could be any sign just coming in a passionate, creative manner. Or our own energy is we are that strong and sturdy at the minute that we can sort these situations. We can find our strength to walk away or change our perspective on something, and we can have confidence in ourselves that wherever we do move, we want an equal balance between the two partners in going forward. Right then, Gemini, if there's anything else you want to pull up on, as I say, I only want to spark your own intuition regarding your own situation. I think that's the only way that tarot actually work. And if you want to chat about anything, don't hesitate to get in touch. I hope you have a great week. Chat soon. Bye.